Hi, welcome back to Hinduism Q&A, where we take a 5-minute look at those interesting but unanswered questions you have about our Dharma. If you have any topics you think we should look at, you can put them in the comments section below. In the last episode, we had reached the city of Bhayapad, where we need to cross the Vaitavarani river. We mentioned there were 3 ways to cross this river. So first one is there will be a boatman who will ask you if you have done any charity or charitable work in your life. If so, this is your currency to get across. The second way is if you have done Goldan, i.e. donated a cow in your lifetime. If so, then a holy cow appears and by holding its tail, it takes you across the river. And the third way is if you have done none of these, you must swim. The river is made of blood and infested with animals that eat your ethereal body. This river needs to be crossed intact, otherwise the Yamdoots give you a new ethereal body and you have to start again at the beginning. The 10th city is Dukhad, where the body is tied and stretched. The 11th city is Nanakrandpur, where the soul is beaten with ploughs. The 12th city is Sutapta Bhavan, where the punishment is for desecrating religious places or objects. City 13 is Rodra and 14 is Bayovarshan. These are for arrogance and considering yourself equal to God. City 15 is Shitadya, which is extremes of cold and the tongue is cut. It is for those who have done no noble work. City 16 is Bahubiti and is the final city before we arrive at Yamlok. Now the soul, having been punished for its sins, sheds its ethereal body and must climb the stairs to Yamlok. If whilst climbing the soul repents and is remorseful of the deeds done, then the stairs are easily climbed. If it is a pretense and there is no remorse, then it falls back down to start again. Having made it to Yamlok, Yamraj and Chitragupta, who is the celestial bookkeeper, goes through your good and bad deeds that are left. If sins are still pending, then the soul is sent to one of the many hells to finish expending those sins. If good deeds are left, then the soul is sent to heaven. Heaven is the abode of various deities, and you reside on the planet of the one that you have been devoted to. Once you have exhausted the remainder of your sins or good deeds, you are sent back to earth to be born as a human or animal based on your merit. Here is where you now, through your karma, take birth to learn the lessons needed to purify the soul further, and hopefully attain eternal salvation. After all, it is only through the extremes of heat and pressure that a diamond can emerge. Whilst the journey of the soul may sound scary, please understand it was the worst case scenario in that you have performed every kind of sin so as to be punished in every city. Also understand there is an out. In the Bhagavad Purana, when a man named Ajamila was dying, he saw the terrible Yamdoot standing in front of him. He called out for his son, who was called Narayan. As the Yamdoots were pulling his soul from his body, 4 beautiful shimmering beings appeared known as Vishnudoots, or messengers of Vishnu. They questioned the Yamdoot as to what they were doing, and the Yamdoots explained that as he was a sinner, he had to be taken to atone for his sin. The Vishnudoots forbade them and ordered them to release the soul into their custody. When the Yamdoots asked why, they were told that as he had taken Lord Narayan's name in his dying breath, Lord Vishnu sent them to collect the soul. Therefore, devoted chanting and worship of Lord Shiva or Vishnu, one can escape from the clutches of the Yamdoots and break free from the cycle of life and death, as only they have the power to grant eternal salvation, or moksha. In chapter 12 of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna guides us that if we cannot follow the path of worship, it's also possible to attain this salvation through meditation, action, or knowledge. Because this is a very complex but fascinating and important question, I have interpreted it to the best of my ability for you. I hope it encourages you to think before performing actions, whether right or wrong, but also to add changes into your life that may help you in the future. It's also very crucial for our children to understand that the annual Shraadh offerings are so very necessary to help our departed ancestors in their journey. If this is not done, it can manifest as something called Pitrudosh in our offspring's horoscopes. This dosha, or planetary affliction, if not rectified, can bring havoc into our lives because it denies us the blessings of our forefathers to whom we owe so much. Thank you for watching and see you next time.